At 83, long after the glitter of Hollywood had faded into a nostalgic low and the red carpets had become distant memories, Paul Newman, cinematic icon, philanthropist, and the embodiment of cool, finally opened up in rare candor about a subject he had artfully dodged for decades: the actors he truly hated. For a man who carried himself with such grace and dignity, it shocked many when he, in a moment of unfiltered honesty, named 7 men whose presence in Hollywood left him either cold with disdain or silently seething, known for his charm, humility, and integrity. Newman had built a reputation for being one of the most professional and likable figures in the industry, but behind the composed exterior was a man who had grown tired of the hypocrisy, the arrogance, and the toxic egos that polluted the art form he so deeply loved. Without dramatic flair or vindictiveness, he simply stated their names, each attached to a story of betrayal, backstabbing, or unbearable behavior on set. These were not petty grudges or jealous rivalries, but deeply personal disappointments, formed through years of working in an industry where pretense often overshadowed authenticity. The first few on the list were actors who, according to Newman, treated the crew with condescension, belittled younger actors, or manipulated scenes to make themselves look better at the expense of others. Paul loathed that. He believed in teamwork, in humility, and in the sacred bond between cast and crew, and those who violated that ethic, he never forgot. One actor, once beloved by the public, had mocked a disabled extra on set, something Newman never forgave. Another had stolen script pages to sabotage a co-star's performance. Paul didn't name them with venom, but with disappointment, like a teacher recalling his most failed students. What made his admission even more powerful was how rare it was. Paul Newman was never the type to gossip, complain, or grandstand. So, when he named these 7 men, each a titan of their era, it was not for drama, but because, as he said, "At this age, I owe nobody anything but the truth." He made it clear that he never sought revenge or public humiliation for them. Instead, he chose to lead by example, showing that grace could coexist with conviction. Paul admitted that these actors reminded him of everything wrong with the industry he fought to preserve, from fake smiles to selfish ambition, from drug-fueled chaos to the abandonment of integrity. What stung most, he said, was that many of them had all the talent in the world but lacked the moral compass to match. And while the public may never know all the names since, Newman insisted that a gentleman never writes them down. Those closest to him say he carried the weight of those negative experiences, not as bitterness, but as a reminder of who not to be. At 83, Paul Newman didn't speak from a place of malice, but from a lifetime of earned wisdom, finally revealing that even legends have their limits and even the kindest souls are shaped by those they could never bring themselves to respect.